species with the useful. They kept the bitter with the sweet. They kept the sense no one had words for. The petals bred for vanished thieves. They thought the dormant hive capsules they had more pollen stem to stem. And in the rotating lantern midnight, one red flower opened after 12 dead years. Those who saw it did not cheer. The moment was too thin for that. They simply stood inside the viewing hall as crimson unfolded into black. A child beside the westward railing